I read the Pensées of Pascal when I was 17 or 18. And as I may have mentioned in my reflection YouTube file, I had an experience of like I was in pure darkness and didn't know what to do. I thought all the fame, money, experience you have on this earth is such a minuscule thing compared to the universe, the size of the universe, which is infinite. What is the point of my being? So, as I reflect back, this is like 60 years ago, from my age now 74, that I have gone through this life with interest in spirituality, which I believe is connected to this experience. And the original was in Japanese, this is in English, but I want to share this first about what I read and how I felt at the time. It starts with the saying 72, I think, chapter or the pieces of his work, titled Man's Disproportion. Let man then contemplate the whole of nature in her full and grand majesty, and turn his vision from the low objects which surround him. Let him gaze on that brilliant light, set like an eternal lamp to illumine the universe. Let the earth appear to him a point in comparison with the vast circle described by the sun. And let him wonder at the fact that this vast circle is itself but a very fine point in comparison with that described by the stars in their revolution round the firmament. But if our view be arrested there, let our imagination pass beyond. It will sooner exhaust the power of conception than nature that of supplying material for conception. The whole visible world is only an imperceptible atom in the ample bosom of nature. No idea approaches it. We may enlarge our conceptions beyond an imaginable space. We only produce atoms in comparison with the reality of things. It is an infinite sphere, the center of which is everywhere, the circumference nowhere. In short, it is the greatest sensible mark of the power of God that imagination loses itself in that thought. Returning to himself, let man consider what he is in comparison with all existence. Let him regard himself as lost in this remote corner of nature. And from the little self in which he finds himself lodged, I mean the universe, let him estimate at their true value the earth, kingdoms, cities, and himself. What is the man in the infinite? For whatever reason I remember, just a few pages, maybe this paragraph, as I can remember now, hit me so hard. And I felt like I was in the darkness. I'm laughing now, but it wasn't a laughing matter when I was 17 or so. I was deep into the desperate sense in the darkness, how minuscule my existence is. I remember visiting the priest in my college days, perhaps related to this question of the existence of who I am. And the future is unknown, but the resolution, that sense of approach I have taken, and the process I went through, and the difficulties I went through, the challenges, opportunities, and have a good spirit. And that's what I can confirm. How many more years I've left to live? No idea. I've been revisiting this as much as my environment changes externally, but internally as well. Physically, for example, everything is changing. Even the thinking process is changing. The memory may be losing some of the power. The energy of life may be shrinking. So the environment outside, inside, is changing. That's the reality. Everything passes. But I have a resolution. I'm witnessing it. I feel the sense of whatever the law of universe prevailing, and no question about how I felt then at the 17 years old. But that may be the case to find a way to appreciate how to live a life. Again, the future is unknown. It's been proven many times. I keep working, not in the sense of my personal identity to be on the spot, but for thy will be done, for the law of nature to take place as it should. So be comfortable as it has been from the beginning to the end and into the future. Ride the wave of universe. I said something like that. I am the flow of the universe. When the mind is empty, clear, sense this vast emptiness, and within that is all existence. Maybe I shouldn't say it this way, but I'm like the universe myself. As I align myself, connect to the root of who I am, that's what I feel. Maybe this is gibberish, which I wish I could read what I have said so far, as if when I was 17 years old at the time when I read Pensées. If I were to guess, I won't believe it. I may have some insight, but insight without experience and going through difficulties is not proven. So the way to prove what we know or how we relate to the flow of the universe, that is to be tested. And what I say is that have fun and appreciate what we can to experience life on this beautiful planet Earth we happen to be. Thank you.